we are in Dhul-Hijja, the sacred month. The sacred month of Hajj. And so this is a big, beautiful blessing that we must say Alhamdulillah for. There are special times that Allah has preferred over other times. And this is one of those times. So, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that there are no days during which righteous deeds are more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than these days that we are in right now. These next 10 days. So in other words, there's no other time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prefers over this time. It's that sacred. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he himself used to fast. Right? These first 9 days of Dhul-Hijja, he would fast. So this is sunnah, to fast these first 9 days. These first 10 days of Dhul-Hijja, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he exhorted us to do a lot of tahleel, la ilaha illallah, takbir, Allahu Akbar, and tamheed, saying Alhamdulillah. But more importantly than that, we should have an attitude of gratitude. We should be in a constant state of recognizing our blessings so that we can always say Alhamdulillah, thumma Alhamdulillah. No matter what your circumstances are, because wallahi, they could be worse. Your circumstances could be worse. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that no human performs a deed on the day of sacrifice, which is the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, so 9 days from today. There is no human performs a deed on the day of sacrifice which more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the sacrificing of an animal. And this is the reason why during Eid al-Adha, everyone, they try to sacrifice something or they pitch in on something that is being sacrificed. And then he goes on to say, on the day of judgment, it is the sacrificed animal will appear with its horns, its hair, and hooves, and indeed its blood will be accepted by Allah from where it is received before it even falls on the earth. So let your heart delight in it. So even though many of us may not be making Hajj, we can still participate in the blessing of Hajj by doing these good deeds. And before I go any further, Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he mentions, he said, if you cannot do any good deeds during this blessed month, and especially these first 10 days, then beware of doing bad deeds. Because just like the reward is increased, so is the punishment for bad deeds during this time. So if you cannot do the fasting, you cannot do the qurbani, the sacrifice, you cannot do the tahleel, the la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, the tamheed, if you can't do that, at least give up those sins that you know about, you are aware of, you do intentionally, give them up. And he goes on to say that the person who persists in doing those bad deeds during the sacred months, they run the risk of losing the mercy and the forgiveness of Allah. And ask yourself sincerely, can you afford to lose the mercy of Allah? Can you afford to lose the forgiveness of Allah?